What's good, YouTube? All but Steam here, and I'm bringing you guys week 2 of the P4G Next Generation. My opponent this week was Johnny GB and his Oregon Duckletts. So I brought Clefable, Cloyster, Galvantula, Oricorio, Infernape, and Mega Altaria, as he brought Audino, Lycanroc, Castforms, Silvally, Fire, Greninja, Blaziken, and Magearna. So obviously, as you can see, I brought Clefable and Oricorio this week. My lead was Infernape, as I'm bringing a Bandit Infernape, so just because Infernape would hit anything really good on his side, so as he led with Lycanroc, I went with Mach Punch. He went with Stealth Rocks, and then he withdrew knowing that I could obviously kill it with one more Mach Punch. Infernape, I ran Double Stab with Flare Blitz, Close Combat, Mach Punch, and then I had U-Turn, but it obviously banded. He brought in Silvally, and here making its debut, Carolina the Clefable. Shout out to Panther and his Carolina Clefables. So here I switched in, as it's my only wall basically that I brought, as he went for Parting Shot. I obviously knew that, but I didn't really have another switch. And here he went for Magearna. I was scared of this thing. I didn't know what he was. I was scared of Trick Room, because as you can see, my team was relatively fast besides Clefable and Cloyster. But I brought basically the same set Cloyster as week 1. And here he sets up Calm Mind, and I was scared because I completely forgot I brought Unaware. But just looking at the calcs, he still did a lot, so I just decided to go for Flamethrower, even though I'm -1. So I'm like, I have to damage this thing somehow. So I went for Flamethrower, and he had an Okaberry, so he was prepared for Infernape for this thing. So I have leftovers. I regained my health. And then here he goes for Floor Cannon, and I'm like, oh my gosh. And I see the damage. I'm like, damn. I have Unaware, but that still does a lot. So here I go for another Flamethrower. Does a good chunk of damage. But then since he has Floor Cannon and he went -1, I wasn't sure if the -1 meant anything since I had Unaware. So he ended up switching out and going back in still with Silvally, as I went for a Moonlight. So I gained my HP. Clefable said no, no, no. And I'm basically back to full. So here he reveals that he has Iron Head. I was like, how much is this going to do? No, I actually, since he outsped me, I thought he was going to go for Parting Shot, so I went for Thunder Wave. So I can basically try to paralyze the Blaziken, Greninja, or Lycanroc if any of those 3 came out, or anything on his team. So I ended up paralyzing this thing, which was whatever. I mean, he got a slow Parting Shot off, which is not what I wanted. So here I just went for a Flamethrower. It does like nothing. And then he goes for Parting Shot, so he gets a slow Parting Shot off, as, yeah, I'm just here. And he switches out, and then he brings in his Lycanroc. I'm like, okay, what is this thing gonna do? And I had completely forgotten what Z Crystal he had during the match, so I was like, what's his Z Crystal? What's his Z Crystal? So obviously forgot. But he ends up going for Toxic. I'm like, Toxic. I thought he was gonna go for like an offensive move, but he ended up going for Toxic. And obviously I'm Poison. I'm not Magic Guard. Here I just go for a Moonblast and knock him out. So there's Clefable picking up 1 kill over Lycanroc. Leftovers. Then I'm gonna take Toxic damage. And then he brings in his Blaziken. I'm like, okay, so by looking at the calcs, I can live any hit. But then I forgot that this thing learned Poison Jab. So then I get hit. I still live, and I went for Thunder Wave. I'm like, if I get a Thunder Wave off, that's huge. And I missed. Nice! Alright, so I missed Thunder Wave. That's rather unfortunate. And I'm like, at this point, I don't really have... I can't do anything. I'm just going to have to let Clefable go down. So there goes Carolina. And he reveals to be Life Orb. And he had Thunder Punch. So he revealed Thunder Punch. And he was Life Orb. So at this point, I was running so many calcs that I wasn't paying attention to the clock, and I just I didn't know what to do, so I just went into Cloister, and he had hidden power, which I was assuming is grass. And down goes to VT. So yeah, I lost 2 months to Blaziken, and yeah. So then I'm like, okay, I should have just gone into Infernape and saved my Cloister, but I ran out of time and didn't know what to do. So I bring in Infernape, and I just go for a close combat, knowing that it would hit anything on his team super hard, considering the fact that I'm choice banded. So he brings in Audino as, I guess, a sack. So down goes Audino. And here he brings in Magearna, and just by looking at the calc, if he was offensive Magearna, Infernape had a chance to kill, but if he was defensive, it would have done like around 50%. And I literally thought that Magearna was going to live on 1 HP, just by the way the health bar was going down so slow. But RAFIKI came in clutch and actually was able to knock out the Magearna. Then now he brought out Silvally, and I didn't know this thing's moveset besides Parting Shot and Iron Head, so I just switched out because I didn't want it to kill Infernape. And I went into my Altaria, knowing that if he goes for Iron Head, it's not going to do much, considering that I'm not Fairy type yet. And Parting Shot, I mean, Altaria still hits rather hard. So he goes for Parting Shot, lowers my attack and special attack. My Altaria this set was a Dragon Dance set with Roost, Earthquake, and Return. So he brings in Greninja, and here is where I ran the calc completely wrong. I ran Protein Greninja with Ice Beam, and this had a 100% chance to knock me out, but I didn't run it with Torrent. So he goes for Ice Beam. I expected Altaria to go down, so I was like, okay, bye Altaria. And Altaria somehow lived. I'm like, is he not fully specially offensive, or did I do something wrong? So I knock out Greninja with Return. And then later on after the match, he had told me that he had brought the wrong Greninja set, which was rather unfortunate. He was supposed to run a Choice Spec set that would have easily destroyed my Altaria. And then he brought in his Blaziken. If we were both max speed, it was a speed tie. He won the speed tie, unfortunately, and killed my Altaria. I had gone for, I think it was an Earthquake to knock this thing out. So he won the speed tie, killed me with a Poison Jab. So I just bring in RAFIKI, go for close combat as it does the most. And I didn't want to use Flutter Blitz because I didn't want to take the recoil. So down goes Blaziken. RAFIKI picking up its 3rd kill of the match. And then here comes in Silvally. Ignore that. Alright, so here I just go for a close combat. And he was running either HP investment or defensive investment, or maybe both. But he lived it because the calc said it would have done more. It would have had a chance to OHKO it. So here goes for multi attack. I was like, oh, don't kill. And it didn't. So here Infernape picks up its 4th kill of the game with Silvally. And that is a W for your California Castforms over the Oregon Duckletts. Yeah, go check out Johnny GB's channel. I'll leave that in the description. Hope you guys enjoyed. Wait for next week. And yeah, catch you guys later. Peace.